Good morning. You're watching Barnstable This Morning. Joining me now is the director of the Osterville Library, Susan Belekewicz. Thank you so much for chatting with us today. Very exciting day here at the library. Something very interesting happened that doesn't happen every day. You just had two young boys come in and donate a bunch of books, brand new books to the library.
Amazing. I am just, it's very emotional. These two little boys decided instead of getting presents for their birthday party, they had enough, so they asked all of their friends to bring brand new books, and then they came over and donated them to the library, and it's just so sweet.
Why are you here today?
To donate books.
For what? Why did you want to donate the books?
So people that don't have books can be happy and have books.
And this library can get more books.
Yeah. Do you like coming to the library?
Yes.
They had our birthday party. Instead of getting birthday presents, they gave us books to donate to the library.
That's really
cool. And his birthday's just one day from mine, so we did the exact same birthday party, right?
That's cool, because sometimes people bring gifts and they bring a lot of gifts, and you guys said, you know what, we have enough, we'll give to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So what is your favorite part about the library?
That we can read and it's peace and quiet.
Nice and quiet?
That you can get as much books as you want, and
you can check them out and mostly have them for like 2 weeks or more,
and you can read them
at home, and like you can finish the book. We have like Jurassic World,
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The Adventures Life of Cape Cod Dog.
Get into Gear Stilton. That's a Germano Stilton.
Mickey's Saddles.
Oh, I got it. I can read this. Leroy, Kate DiCamillo, Leroy Wrinkle Saddles Up.
She's a great author.
Do you know how I know? I read these books.
That is really awesome. Do you guys feel kind of good giving back to the library? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, way to go. We're really proud of you.
Wonderful.
Such a cool thing to have these young kids think about giving back to the library. Yeah. Will you be able to use these books and put them into circulation?
Oh, absolutely, because as it turns out, all of the children that gave them their presents picked out their favorite books, and they're all brand new hot books. So even if we have a copy, then we'll have two, and more kids will be able to get to read them faster. So it's great.
Yeah, what a heartwarming story, and such a great way to start off your day here at the library. You also have some really exciting programs coming up. Wanted to talk about a couple of them. You know, the other thing we got to witness today is Kaz the therapy dog in the children's room. Children were reading to Kaz.
Ben wandered all around the library. He sniffed the card catalog. He rubbed his head against the new book collection. Then he patted over the story corner and went to sleep. No one was sure what to do. There weren't any rules about lions in the library.
Talk to me a little bit about the therapy dog program.
That has just been a wonderful new program we started up this summer. Sue Ferriman, one of our patrons, has a certified therapy dog, and Kaz has been coming in on a weekly basis. And the whole theory is that children that are learning to read, they read out loud, and they're not as self-conscious about reading out loud when they're reading to the dog, because the dog doesn't judge them. And so it's a really great way for early readers to practice their reading. And the kids have been having a blast with the dog, too.
Well, such an interesting point. I remember when I was trying to help my little ones learn to read, the urge as a parent is to correct them when they get something wrong. And I've read so many times over and over that actually that's not really the best thing to do, and just to let them go. So you're right, that non-judgment with a therapy dog, so great. And what a cute dog, such a sweetheart, just chilling out over there with all the little ones.
Well, and he came in complete with his lion costume today, because they were reading the library lion to him today. So
love it.
It's hysterical.
So
really
adorable.
Cute.
And you know, the other thing you guys are doing right now, as we pulled in, I noticed a Mercedes out in the lawn. You guys are actually having a raffle to raise money for the library, and some lucky winner is going to come away with a brand new Mercedes.
I know, pretty incredible. We actually only have 9 days left. So if you haven't bought your raffle ticket yet, please stop by the library. The drawing is going to be on August 22nd at 5 p.m. And yes, this is the 23rd year we have raffled off a car.
Wow.
So it's a long tradition. We did have a Mercedes last year as well, and I know the car is, everybody's buzzing about the car because it's a really beautiful car.
Now, how much would it cost to purchase a raffle ticket?
Well, we have 3 options. 1 ticket for $125, 2 for $200, and 11 for $1,000.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool and a great way to help support the library, because I know you guys, you do receive some town funding, but most of it actually you have to raise yourself to run the library.
That's correct. That's correct.
Wanted to chat with you too about, you guys have all kinds of events coming up. You have an author coming in at the end of August. His name is Anthony Samarco. Talk to me about what his book and what he's going to be talking about.
Yes, Anthony is a patron here, and he's the author of several books. This is, I think, his 3rd book that he's published. He did a work on the Howard Johnson restaurant chain and the history of that. This particular book he's coming in to speak about is Lost Boston, and he's done a lot of research on old institutions that no longer exist in town, and then some on the history of institutions that are still here. And so it's going to be, the book has just beautiful pictures, and he's just a fountain of knowledge. We're going to be having him in on August 29th. I think it's at 2 o'clock. I believe it's at 2 o'clock, yes. And it's going to be followed by a book signing and a reception.
And the activity doesn't end when the summer is over. You also have some events coming up in September and October. What do we have to look forward to on the calendar of events here at the Osterville Village Library?
Oh, well, thank you. We're still, of course, finalizing some of our plans. But let's see, in September we have chef, author John Carafuli coming in. He's the author of Cape Cod Chef's Table. And I know he's doing the finishing touches on a new book that I think he'll give a sneak preview of. I'm very excited about the contemporary art exhibit that we're going to be having. It's going to start on September 18th and run through October 16th. And what it is, Debbie Foreman has written a new book on contemporary Cape Cod artists. And I happen to have known Debbie's husband from another connection. So when I saw that she had just written a new book, I called them up and said, would she be willing to come to the library? Well, lo and behold, she brought Susan Danton with her, who runs the Miller White Art Gallery in Dennis. And Susan represents Debbie's art. And so anyway, as it's turning out, we're going to have 25 different artists, and it's going to be a library-wide art exhibit. Every space that we have for exhibition is going to be used. And we're going to have a series of events. Debbie Foreman is going to do a lecture on her book. We are going to have an opening reception on September 18th with most of the artists in attendance, so people will be able to actually talk to the artists.
Oh, so cool. I mean, everyone loves coming to the library for so many things, but art is just an additional experience that you're offering patrons now. Such a cool opportunity.
Well, I'm excited about it too, because I think contemporary art is kind of a difficult subject. A lot of people, I know I was an art history major in college, and once we got up to contemporary art, it was something that a little out of the box, and it's hard to wrap your head around. And I think that's another thing the library can offer people, an opportunity to stretch and continuous learning, and to think about things that they might not otherwise think about.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
Well, sure. We also have a genealogy course that's going to be coming up in September and spill into October. October, we're going to have an author on mysteries. We are also going to have a speaker on Ghosts of Cape Cod.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That's going to be fun. And then in November, it's Alzheimer's Awareness Month, so we've decided to do an Alzheimer's series. We're going to have screening for patrons and also some lectures, and probably mix it up with some pre-holiday things like holiday cooking classes and wreath making, that kind of thing. So it's all kinds of stuff going on.
Wonderful. Never a dull day here at the Osterville Village Library. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming over, Sarah. I always enjoy having a chance to talk to you. Thank you.
Susan Belekewicz is the library director here at the Osterville Village Library. For Barnstable This Morning, I'm Sara Mannal.